everybody. It's Kim from Expressions of the Universe. Welcome to your weekly wisdom messages for November 20th to the 25th, 26th. I had to look at the calendar. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I'm trying to get this while we still have some daylight. It is freezing outside. It was beautiful, 72 degrees here outside of Philadelphia yesterday, and today the wind chills are about 28 degrees, 50-mile-an-hour winds, frozen. And I've been at the Philadelphia Marathon down in Center City all weekend, so I'm really frozen. And I think between the 2 days I walked a full marathon. I was just watching some friends that flew in from Maine come down and run the race. And some of them made it and some of them didn't. The weather conditions were extremely brutal. But we all had a good time, and I guess that's what's important. Good friends, good times, and I only get to see them during the Philadelphia Marathon. So let's get started. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, so politics has been running amok. Protesters everywhere. Everybody's crazy. I think finally the energies are calming down. We can get back into our spirituality and get back our groundedness and proceed with life. And now the question is, what's next? So no matter what side you were on, we really do have to think about what is next. And it's wonderful that this week's angel card, oh boy, the glare is not my friend today. Let's see, can we get that in there? Hopefully this is coming up good. It's imagination. So if you want to go ahead and pause your screen right now, this way you can read it, and there is the affirmation at the bottom. What this card says to me, immediately John Lennon from the Beatles came to my mind. Imagine all the people living. I don't know the lyrics, but I do when it's on. But, you know, we need to create our reality, our thoughts, our actions. They create our reality. So instead of succumbing to things that you don't want or how they may or may not wind up being, imagine how you want it. You know, change begins with us. It begins within us, within our thoughts. So, you know, instead of sitting back, slinging mud, name calling, just, you know, what I've been doing is I've actually been going out and having intelligent conversations with all different types of people to see who they voted for, why they voted, and really just listen to them. I basically had no commentary back. I wanted to get a better understanding. The positioning of what the people in America, where they stand. And I found that instead of being in opposition to people, by me just listening to them, really made me have compassion for a lot of people because I understand them. I understand where they're coming from as humans. So why don't you give that a chance if you're still feeling angry? Astrologically wise, we are in the final days of Scorpio, so that heavy death, fear, anxiety energy will be leaving us. We do have a few more days of it. I would say, let's see, probably up until Tuesday, maybe even until Wednesday, we could still have a couple of difficult days getting out of Scorpio. And then happy birthday, Sagittarius. So things are going to lighten up. Sagittarius is such a great energy. It's a fire sign. Things happen during fire signs. But what Sagittarius is, it's about our beliefs. So our beliefs will be tested for the next 30 days. And if you follow my cards Monday through Friday, I do talk about all the different degrees of each astrology sign for that day combined with the moon sign, and it will tell you how you will be tested. So this entire month it's about beliefs. Scorpio was all about boundaries and protection. So You want to maintain your boundaries and protection. You want to finalize them up because you don't want to let them go now that we're going into Sagittarius. You were trying to master boundaries and protection during Scorpio, and you'll see came up in the cards as well. So you want to hold on to that, set defined boundaries. Don't let people walk all over you, and put up your protection. There's a lot of crazy energy out there. You don't want to be drained, and you're going to see in this deck, I only pulled 3 cards, but that was plenty enough for this week. So my crystal card this week, it's actually a stone, and it's petrified wood, and it's about beginnings. So here we are, we're beginning a new astrology sign in Sagittarius. So this week is about beginnings. And here is my favorite piece of petrified wood. Love this. It's extremely great for grounding. But whenever I see petrified wood come up, and especially if it's related to beginnings, a lot of people can be extremely stuck and fearful. So these last couple of days of Scorpio, you know, I can see anxieties and fears still lingering on. And the petrified wood, that's like people that don't want to move on. They're petrified, they're stuck, they're frozen. So you need to do whatever you can with your protection and your boundaries, because we need to move forward in Sagittarius. The month of December, we have got to go forward before we get into 2017, and that is fast approaching. So that's what new beginnings are. If you can allow yourself to let go of things that no longer serve you, become unpetrified, unfrozen, then new beginnings will happen for you. So the deck that I'm using this week, it's the Halloween deck. It's kind of dark, and it really should be used during Halloween, but I did just get it recently. I loved the artwork, and that's why I purchased it. The cards that I love the most, I didn't pick this week, so hopefully I'll get a chance to use it again during my weekly cards, and you will see how beautiful the artwork is. The first card that I drew is Vampire. Now, anybody that knows anything about energy and vampires, or, you know, you've heard how they suck energy. People can be human vampires, draining you of your energy. And this card is saying that a lot of us are feeling drained right now. And there are people in our lives, situations, our jobs, our obligations that are absolutely draining us. This card is indicating, and this is perfect timing, to put up your boundaries and put up your protection, and don't allow yourself to be drained. I say it every week that we need to nurture ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves first so that we can give back to everyone that we love and care about. So this card is showing me that a lot of us still don't have our protection and our boundaries up, and you're allowing other people and other situations and obligations to drain you. When you are asked to go to an event, if it's not a hell yes, then it has to be a hell no. Only do things that you absolutely really want to do, and be in places that you really want to be. I no longer settle or even compromise. If I don't want to go somewhere or do something, I don't do it. If you're saying maybe to someone, then it probably means you don't want to do it. So for the middle of the week, the card that came up is the Witch. And no, it's not really about being a witch, but what it is harnessing your magic, your manifestation skills, your thoughts, your wishes, and creating something wonderful. So think about that Imagine card. So that kind of really goes with this Witch card. And it is all about harnessing our own magic and creating and obtaining what we want in life. And we can do that all by changing your thoughts. You keep positive thoughts, positive things will come to you. And always stay in gratitude. When you are grateful for everything that you have, no matter what it is, you'd be surprised what shows up at your door. Really interesting and good things. And the final card, which I thought was fabulous, it's the Veil. You know that I wrote articles, 2 of them, one last year, one this year, about the veil. And this card absolutely reminded me so that between Halloween and the winter solstice, so that's October 31st, which is in Celtic Samhain, and the winter solstice, which is the shortest day, the longest night, that's Beltane. The veil is very thin during this time, so that's October 31st to December 21st. The veil is extremely thin. We can communicate with our ancestors during this time. This card is saying, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to any signs that show up, any kind of messages, weird stuff going on in your house, coincidences, serendipities. Pay attention to them, because this is the time of year when our ancestors are giving us that little push, that little nudge to help us along and get us through to the new year, and to also help us be prosperous. So this year is 2016. It adds up to a 9, and for me that means endings. All right. 2017 equals a 1, and that is also beginnings. So I will be preparing that blog. Also, too, with Sagittarius, I said that I would be moving on to the next chakras, which is, I did the third eye, so that'll be the crown chakra. Sagittarius is the sign closest to universal energy, God energy, Christ energy, you know, whatever you call it. It's an extremely divine sign. It's a divine time. We all know that. A lot of us celebrate some very holy days during that time. And I think that's all I have for you for this week. I know that I did have more that I wanted to talk about, but the video is going long, and I know you viewers don't like it too long, but the one thing that did come to mind is I feel a lot of hopelessness out in the energy, and I just want to put the message out that I myself have been in some very dark places when I was younger. I really just didn't think that I would be making it through this life. I didn't expect that I would live this long, because I didn't want to be suffering as much as I was. Yet, I continued to keep faith and hold on, and I've discovered that it always gets better. It really, really does. You can go through a stretch of time that is absolutely horrible and feels extremely hopeless, but one day you will wake up and everything will be okay. And I can promise you that. So if you're feeling hopeless, you can message me, and I could help you through that. You know, I have been there. I have been in some pretty dark periods of time in my life, and if I can give any inspiration of hope to anyone, I would love to do that, because I love all of you, and thank you so much for watching. But that's my message. That's my weekly wisdom for this week. I love you. Peace, blessings. Have a beautiful week. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. Thank goodness, because this Scorpio energy was killing me. So until next week, I will see you then. Bye.